The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser-cut dice towers, tokens, and more developed by a gamer for gamers and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts.
Well, hello, stranger. I see that you have stumbled into the hideout of the infamous Black Smoke Gang. You're face to face with me, Wiley Smokes Moran. I hope that you enjoy your last moments. Well, I'm feeling a mite generous today, so I'll let you go, if you'll agree to one little thing. Subscribe to Red Dirt D&D. Leave him a rating and a comment. Tell him Wiley sent you. Zonimus will get a kick out of that.
Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin with a tragic past.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a Habbo and Halfling druid searching for a new life.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a half-elf rogue with a past he can't seem to escape.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Coughran Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer setting out to understand his own arcane gifts.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. Arriving back at the last stop, you have reunited with some of your favorite friends, but you've stumbled upon something unsettling. Stepping into the jumping Jackalope, you found it quiet, deserted. Looking around, Jubilee, the proprietor of this fine establishment, is missing. No note, no sign of a struggle. And speaking with Yazgash, you heard tell that there were some strangers in town while you were away. 2 men and another tiefling with the same purpley skin as Jubilee. What are you going to do?
I think the first thing we need to do is go talk to Riza and let the sheriff know that something has gone wrong.
I'd like to check around, ask anybody on the street if they'd heard or seen anything.
Okay.
Maybe check with the stables and see if they had horses.
I mean, Yazgash is right here.
Hello.
All right. Do these people come get horses from you?
No, they brought their own.
Did you stable them, or were they gone that fast?
I did, yes. No, they did not bring them to me.
Gideon, what are the odds that they're at the pillars?
I'm thinking maybe she might have left this as some sort of a clue to let us know where she might have been heading.
I'll look down at my hand at the sketch of the coyote.
Well, the coyote is like an actual, like, legit holy symbol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks to be like it's carved out of some sort of almost like a tiger's eye gemstone.
And it was basically paperweighting the drawing of the pillars?
Yes.
I'm going to flip it over, look at the back of it. Nothing.
No.
I'm pocketing it.
Help, I'm being held here. Okay, let's head over to Riza while you talk to people out in the town.
Investigation, maybe, to see if there's
go
anybody
ahead.
that saw anything? Cheesing. Modified 12.
Modified 12. Asking around a little bit, you do eventually kind of stepping into the tumbleweed. One of the good boys.
Yes.
Who is also a good boy.
The eldest son.
Joseph.
Joseph. Yeah, he kind of scratches the back of his neck. He says, it was weird. The strangers came in off the train. One of them, I think I overheard them asking about Poppy.
So I asked him to describe them without giving any info of what Yazgash said and see if his description sort of matches up.
He says, well, it was a purple tiefling with dark hair and the widest most unsettling smile I have ever had the displeasure of seeing. The men that were with him, I mean, they definitely looked a little rougher. I wouldn't want to be caught alone with them in an alleyway on a dark night, if you catch my drift.
And which one of them did you think was talking about Poppy? Was it the Tiefling or one of the humans?
From what I hear tell, it might have been all three.
Anything about them humans that stood out to you?
Not particularly. They seem to be the kind of people who, well, just between you and me, I mean, a lot like Zonimus, where if they come through town, they make it to where people don't want to remember them.
Gotcha. Poppy has never talked about, I'm going to get his name wrong again, Finnegan?
Fergus.
She's never talked about Fergus when Mockran's been around, has she?
But we just had that heart-to-heart.
We did.
I don't know. It's hard to say if I would have brought it up.
It sounds like it was more about your dad.
It was. I did recently just tell Yazgash about him and described him, and she didn't say anything, so either she didn't get a good look at these guys, or one of them was not Fergus.
Okay. But Mockran has no idea.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think that's right.
Not like of a physical description of him, at least. You might know he exists, but not really of a physical description of him.
Last question there, Joseph. Were they dressed kind of for the frontier, or did they have like some city folkness about themselves?
They definitely looked like they were prepared to head out if the need arose.
Did they come by the general store and get nothing? Anything?
They didn't grab any supplies that I'm aware of.
All right. If you think of anything else, let one of the four of us newcomers know.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Mockran.
Cutie.
So, into the sheriff's office?
Mm-hmm.
Just, Sheriff, are you in?
Oh, Gideon. Well, welcome back.
Thanks, Sheriff Riza. We might have a little bit of a mystery on our hand.
Well, first off, how are the McKees? Did you find them?
I'm sorry. McKees are doing great.
Hey, the McKees are fine. Look, we have a missing person right now.
All right, Zonimus, calm down. I'm just following my own procedures, so. Now.
The McKees are fine. We took care of them. They had been kidnapped by some Yotes. We got them back home.
It wasn't the Yotes' fault. Let me be clear. The Yotes were being blackmailed into kidnapping the McKees.
I just imagine you like popping up in between Gideon and Zonimus real quick.
Pop up, Poppy. And so the men and their daughter and their hands are all back safely, and we actually got their horses and everything. But we have actually come. We were going to go have lunch.
Hold on. We had a nice dinner. There was a roast and potatoes and carrots, and then we played a couple of rounds.
Okay, we get the point, Zonimus.
Do we? Okay. Jubilee is missing.
That's it?
Missing?
Yes, we went to go have lunch over at the Jumping Jackalope, and
she wasn't there.
She's not there.
Well, you sure that they're not just...
The bar is empty, their office was empty, the bedroom was empty, the whole place is completely deserted.
But it wasn't locked.
But it
was wide open.
Now, hold on a second. Hold on. Now, I know y'all are new to town, so y'all don't know Jubilee like I do.
Good. I'm glad you know them better than we do.
Yes.
Do they have family?
No, not the Jubilee's ever talked about. Now listen, I care about them just as much as you do, if not more, because I have known Jubilee for nigh on 10 years now. Jubilee does have a habit of heading out into the frontier to get themselves some peace and quiet. Now, don't you know, if you know this about Jubilee, they're very talented. They're quite a talented artist. And they do like to sketch the frontier. Now, Jubilee trusts us and knows that my sister and I, and nigh upon everyone else in this town, is going to make sure nothing happens to the Jackalope.
So it's not unusual for them to leave the Jackalope just open and for them to just leave.
Not in the slightest.
Okay. I hold out the picture of the pillars. And I say, does this look like Jubilee's work?
Well, yes.
Okay. We're getting word that there might have been a tiefling and a couple of humans in town asking about Jubilee, or possibly in relation somehow to Jubilee.
Well, that I haven't heard anything about.
Okay.
I mean, you know, people come around here and, they ask for a good drink, but we tell them, you go to the Jackalope, you go talk to Jubilee. We don't think anything of it.
And they didn't tell you anything about leaving or taking off or anything like that?
No. I mean, Jubilee, sometimes we know that they're headed out. Sometimes they just get a hankering and all of a sudden, well, it looks like Jubilee's gone off again.
So I look over at Zonymous. Zonymous, I know you're worried about them, but this might not be anything more than just Jubilee just going off and doing a walkabout. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't investigate it. You're absolutely right. But I'm saying maybe we also don't want to be heading out with our tails on fire if this turns out to be nothing at all.
Because, our job is to map the frontier, not go off saving people, right?
Like the McKees.
Exactly. Remember when you didn't want to save them because it wasn't our job?
Did I ever say that?
Yes.
That was different. I don't know if I have as much faith in your sheriff as you do.
I'm not saying it's fair. I'm
right here.
Fine. I know his kind. Untrusting. Jubilee used to be the same way.
But you know what? These pillars would make a nice addition to the map.
I think it's a good start that we head out to the pillars. We've got our cart with us. We're loaded up. We're ready to go out. So let's just load up. I just want to check with Risa. Risa, by the way, don't you dare laugh. I was wondering if you have any manacles.
You planning on taking someone prisoner? Because I'm not.
I know, but look, the whole point of me becoming a paladin, as I've chosen this path, is to take people alive and bring them in for justice. And so I'm wondering if you have some pairs of manacles that I could take to maybe not have to worry about just tying them up.
Well, the problem around here, Gideon, now I know you're from Venturis, and obviously in Venturis, y'all got a lot of resources. You might have manacles that might be able to, resize themselves for different wrist sizes. Out here, we just use a good old length of rope.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
But since you're asking, I will give you a gift. Ooh. And she goes
Gideon's
over
getting presents now.
to a cabinet, unlocks it, opens it up. She pulls out a length of rope that seems to be shimmering just slightly. And she hands it over to you and says, when you speak the word of command, this rope will, well, let me just show you.
Pull out a dagger.
Yeah, she barks out a word in Orcish, and at first you think she's going to toss it at you, Zonymous, but then she just tosses it on you, Gideon. Mm-hmm. But she's holding one end of the rope and kind of whips it out towards you, and it immediately wraps around your upper arms.
It's like Boba Fett's little twine thing.
Yeah. And you can either, if you like, you can give me a strength or dexterity check.
I can automatically fail it too, can't I?
Or yeah, you can choose to automatically fail. You just, you stand there and accept this, and you are bound by this rope, and she has it held tight, and she's got you. You are restrained.
Restrained.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And you can try to get out, but it has got you held tight until she speaks a second command word in Orcish and gives a little whip to the end of the rope, and it goes slack and falls to the floor.
That's fantastic. What is that?
Around here, we call these ropes of entanglement.
Well, that's a mighty fine gift. We'll make sure and take good care of it. That'll be very useful if we're hunting something down. Any advice you would give if we're heading up to the pillars?
Watch your back. The pillars are a dangerous place. It's a series of rock formations. Easy to get lost inside them. Not only that, there's tales around there about something beneath the sand.
Before we go, I want to give her a quick rundown of Fergus.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, you do.
So now you're all here, so you will all hear.
She takes out, she literally
I was
does,
gonna say,
takes out her notebook, starts.
Yeah, give me a little police sketch there.
What does he look like?
So he's a human man. He is average in any way, shape, or form. Average height, average build. built to blend in, average-looking guy.
Forgettable.
Very forgettable. He's got brown hair, brown eyes, a forgettable face, but he is very quick with his fingers, and he is not afraid to kill anybody. And that includes women and children. And she'll give her, I think he's redeemable speech, but say if he's...
Risa just quirks an eyebrow, and you hear her mutter something under her breath.
But listen...
sounds vaguely like, the river forms the canyon.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've learned this river forms the canyon orcish phrase. But just the quick rundown. So he's very forgettable. In Venturus, he wears like a black suit and a bowler hat, but he obviously probably would be wearing something different out here. And if you do kill him, maybe make it look like an accident and not that you killed him, because I don't know if my dad would seek vengeance. And
points to the tenants of Daga that are hanging on the wall.
Listen, I understand, but my dad's a bad guy.
I will not kill if it can be avoided.
There you go.
If he forces my hand, then yes, he is dead. But until that point, he has the right to life.
I mean, totally awesome. Totally cool.
Wiley has already crossed that line, if you want. Mr. Zonimus.
You guys might hear like footsteps pounding along the boardwalk or whatever.
Oh.
And then the door busts open, and Mokran's like, "Hey, they might be after Poppy."
What?
It's according to Joseph, Good, the oldest halfling boy. He heard those people talking about Poppy.
The two guys in the Tiefling.
The two
We're
guys
asking
in the
for
Tiefling.
This
Exactly.
Is wonderful.
Poppy.
Listen, I don't know.
You just told us about this guy named Fergus.
Yep.
Who was some kind of nondescript.
That's what Joseph said. He
Average
said
height,
there,
average build, brown hair, brown eyes.
Average man.
he said there wasn't anything discernible about the two humans that was with that purple tiefling, but said the tiefling had a really weird smile, like very unsettling.
Poppy, this might not be about Jubilee at all.
I don't know anything about any tieflings. Jubilee was the first tiefling I've ever met in my life.
Well, but they could have hired him. I mean, you might not know this tiefling, but you might know one of those men.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm slagging the ore here. That means like muddy in the waters. I don't know if I'm slagging the ore or not, but it just, I don't know. It just seemed very important.
Okay, well, thank you. Macron,
Natural born sprinters, I hear.
It's true.
thank you. Anything else you need to ask Risa?
Nope.
All right.
Well, I'm glad to know that the Jackalope is in good hands while Jubilee is away, and you're keeping a close eye on it. You might want to go take a closer look, though. I heard in the wind that someone burgled the place and broke into the office and ransacked the desk and went through the bedroom. But you're doing a great job. I know you're type 2.
I left the note. The note clearly says we were the ones that did it.
Yes. We didn't ransack it. We just looked.
Mokran know the natural one. So he's like, no, Zonimus, that was Gideon. He was the whole time.
Oh, really?
I'll
go, you know what? I'll just go lock up.
I was wondering,
I think Alyssa has...
I like to imagine that Risa is like the janitor and she just has master keys to everything.
Yes.
I believe Alyssa has an extra key for situations just like this.
The Jackalope. There's actually doors, or is it saloon doors?
Oh,
I mean, there's saloon doors, but there's usually, in those scenarios, there's also usually a door.
That
like they
just
fold out the thing.
That you can close.
Okay.
Like, and lock.
Two big, tall doors or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in New
Double
Orleans.
doors.
Risa, we'll let you take care of your town here. We're gonna head north, see if we can unravel this mystery and figure out what's going on.
And
wish you luck.
If we don't see you again, and I give a salute.
Poor Zonimus, he's trying to be a professional, and we're just sitting here going like, "Oh no, there it is."
No. I'm just trying to get under her skin.
Okay.
I will see you again, I say to her.
I look forward to it.
I'll know where to find you, because I doubt you'll be anywhere else besides behind that desk. I know you're type 2. I'll walk.
All right.
Well, looks like it got your attention now, Poppy. You still just want to head out to the frontier and start mapping?
I was making a point. I wanted to go search for Jubilee the entire time. I was just making the point that you are being a hypocrite. And I will get on Wildfire and point north.
How far away is the cathedral that we went into?
The church?
The church?
Literally main strip.
I mean, the whole
Yeah, there's
main
not- there's
street
not
is like a mile top. It's like
Now
3
we're going to
blocks.
church?
That's the whole.
Let's go talk to everyone in town while they get further and further away. Zonibus needs to calm down.
I really want to explore the residential streets behind Main Street.
Come here.
I mean, I kind of pictured it again.
Maybe they
it's very
rented
much
an
like
Airbnb
Duffley,
that could still be here in town.
Yeah,
Go check those
this
out.
isn't going to take long. I just walk in and I try to find the
Yeah, Father Donovan's there.
Father Donovan. And I fish out 20 gold pieces, and I say, Father Donovan, the goddess has been with me in our last adventures, and she's blessed me with this, and then I wanted to give a little bit back to the church
Well,
for this. And
thank you. Thank you very much, Gideon. We'll definitely put this towards the good works for the goddess and the sisters as well.
as we head out, we're heading north to see if we can figure out what's going on. Apparently Jubilee is missing.
No,
And so if you could just give your prayers up. And
I will do so.
Thoughts and prayers.
Fair winds and fair travels to you.
thank you. And then head out.
Hi ho, Silver. Away.
Okay, for those of you at home, when Poppy yelled "Hi ho," Brooke looked up. Hi ho!
It was right there.
It's off
I
to work week,
resisted
yep.
the urge. Different hi ho. So, but I resisted the urge.
Hey everyone, it's Brooke. Pardon the pause in the action, but we at Red Dirt D&D are just so thankful for all of you who help keep this train rolling into the Caliban frontier. Please consider joining us as a Patreon member of Red Dirt D&D. Even if it's just $5 a month, it'll help us continue with the great sound effects, commission theme music for some other characters. It gives bonus content like the behind-the-scenes roundtable. And of course, other levels give you access to the Discord server, some great swag, and much, much more. Thank you to our special friends Nightmare and Germbot and Dan Demented, Tina, Carla, and others who've joined us at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. And everybody, please remember to post that review of Red Dirt D&D to your favorite podcast feed and share us with your friends and all over social media. We couldn't do this without you, and we thank you so much. Now, let's get back to our story.
So, you all mount up and head off to the north of town. The sun is very hot overhead. It is afternoon now. I mean, you're definitely hurrying along. I can imagine that, Zonimus, you're probably up out front, trying to find these pillars. As you're going, you start to notice there's a small form that is running towards you guys a few hours into your journey. Moving very quickly through the underbrush, zigzagging, obviously trying to avoid something. As it gets closer, it's a jackalope.
Guard the whiskey.
And following the gaze to where this jackalope is running from, you see the form of 5 creatures. The screeches are much like that of vultures. But you see the head and torso of humans stuck on the bodies of birds.
Yeah. Is there any identifying role?
Give me a nature or history.
Can I just give you a Johnny knows what it is?
I got a nat 20,
There you go.
Sweetness modified 19.
so that makes it a 24.
How your speak with animals, is that a
14.
touch?
14.
I didn't stock that today.
Okay.
I thought about it.
So with that, you all do recognize these creatures that are flying in as harpies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I put it together.
At this point, I think it would be appropriate to roll initiative.
Oh, darn it. I knew I should.
Cheese and crab.
I didn't stock super great spells. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I thought this was going to be a walking day. Especially for things in the air.
There was this spell that I thought about. I thought, when are we probably aren't gonna meet many things. What am I thinking? Of course we're gonna meet things that fly. I thought about it.
All right. Xonimus.
14.
Gideon.
14. I think we've got the same dex. So,
Plus 7.
you do not have a dex.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I was looking at a different skill.
He is Sneaky Coyote. He's a god.
Plus 4.
Oh, no, you got it.
McBride.
A natural 1 for a modified 4.
Nice.
13.
13. All right.
Double digits for Poppy.
Okay. So, the scene before you. It's that wide open kind of prairie scrubland. So there are like some bushes and things that this little jackalope is like trying to dodge and duck under. And, you know, their chest is heaving, you know, very, very, very quickly. And they spot the wagon. And so they're like, oh, I could hide there. And you have these 5 harpies that are screeching and circling overhead and kind of trying to, like, come down and dive bomb this little creature. And the jackalope actually gets to go first. And it is going to utilize its movement to basically close the distance, because these little guys are fast as all get out. So it gets to your guys' position, and you just notice it as it like slides underneath the wagon and is hoping that it will be safe here from the harpies.
Yeah, if there's some way we can let this thing know it's safe here with us.
Does all of us remember any part of the dream?
Oh, our non-canon adventure.
But I will give you a.
Gideon had a dream about it.
I will give you. Well, let's do a wisdom check.
13.
13. So, there's an inkling in the back of your mind. You remember stories about the Sneaky Coyote and the Jackalopes. You can't quite recall the details right now because you're kind of in the heat of battle. Because as soon as the Jackalope gets out of sight, the harpies seem to. Oh wait! Hey, look! There's more prey.
Oh boy.
That we could go after. But you know that there's a connection between Jackalopes and Sneaky Coyote, and that's all you're getting.
Okay. I'm going to
And it
wait
is your
for my
turn.
turn. It's my turn?
It's
Okay.
your turn.
I'm going to reach in my pocket and pull out a Trito that I've been having around
Okay.
and toss it under the wagon.
Okay.
And how far away are they from us?
We're gonna put them about, let's just say about 60 feet.
Okay. Poppy, you want to go talk to them and make sure that we're not invading their territory?
She doesn't say anything to you. She gives you a withering look.
All right. Permission to fire. 60 feet. I will ride up 30.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'll fire. And that is 22.
22 will hit.
That is 8 max damage.
8. Okay. Is that all for you?
Yeah. I'm still on the horse.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Gideon.
Fortunately, I have the sharpshooter feat, so long range does not impose disadvantage on me. So I'm going to stay where I am, protecting the cart and the jackalope and my friends, and I will fire.
All right. Same one as Xonimus?
Yes.
Okay.
19 to hit
Will hit.
for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then second attack.
All right.
Oh, I don't think 12.
12? Yes, actually. 12 will
good.
hit.
That's much better. For 11 points of damage.
11? Okay. So basically the first harpy that is kind of starting to swoop in on you guys, it takes 1 shot from Xonimus and then 2 blasts from you, Gideon. It is very, very bloodied and wounded, but is not, you haven't quite hit the right vital organ yet.
Right.
So up next will be Poppy. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, Gideon.
Yeah, I might as well. I'm going to actually cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Are they close to each other? Are they pretty spread out?
They're kind of in like a loose formation in the sky. You know, it's just like, you know, some crows or some vultures coming in.
Are they within 5 feet of each other?
I'll say that there are 2 that are kind of close together like
Okay. You're gonna want to watch this. It's gonna be super awesome. I'm gonna call lightning. So, a storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet with a 60-foot radius, but I guess it's only 10 feet tall? That's weird. That's not very high at all. Maybe I won't do it. 'Cause they're lower than 10 feet. I mean, they're higher than 10 feet up in the air, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
So I'm not gonna do that. But I am still gonna do a cool thing.
Okay.
But I will save that one. I will pocket that one. Read your spells before you try to cast them, friends.
That's weird that it's so low.
Yeah, 10 feet?
That just sounds...
Okay, so instead, I am going to summon Beast. So I call forth a bestial spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. When you cast the spell, choose an environment, air, land, or water. I'm going to choose air. Okay. The creature resembles an animal of your choice that is native to the chosen environment. I'm going to say it looks like them.
Well, harpies are a monstrosity.
Yeah, you can't make it
vultures. Sorry, vultures. We'll say it looks like the vulture that I talked to yesterday.
Oh, very nice.
He can attack one of the guys. So my vulture is going to try to attack one of these harpies.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if it works. Probably not, because that's a 9.
Nope, not quite.
I'm still learning. It's a new spell.
But it's there.
But it is there in the sky. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Because I can't fly yet.
All right. Harpy time. So, the first harpy that has been shot at repeatedly is going to basically swoop down against you, Xanamus. Mm-hmm. And it is going to claw you. So it has these feety claws, and then it has a big old great club in its hands.
Okay.
So with the feety claws is only a 11.
Misses.
And then with the club is going to try and whop you. 15.
That is it.
Okie dokes. For 2 points of bludgeoning.
How uncanny, I jump out of the way and take one.
So one of the other harpies circles around, seeing you all, and opens her mouth. A very haunting melody begins to emerge. I need every humanoid within 300 feet of the harpy.
So not wildfire.
Not wildfire.
He is a wolf.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm really good at this. You walked into the wrong house.
Yes.
14.
18.
14.
22.
So this particular harpy song you are completely immune to.
Yes.
Put beeswax on your ribs.
Are we immune for 24 hours?
For the next 24 hours.
For that one.
To that particular harpy.
Oh, it's not all of
The
them.
one that goes, not the one that goes, ooh.
Yeah. The one that sounds like Snow White, not the one that sounds like Cinderella.
Right. And then there's one that sounds like Ariel.
You guys are good.
And then the last one is incredibly off tune. Boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats.
I know that song. It's called Cat Boots.
I love this group.
All right. So, and the others they decide that they're going to follow suit. So you hear these magical musical melodies begin to basically try to charm you all into... So this is also a charm effect. So the two half-elves will
I get advantage
on these rolls. So I need 3 more.
3?
3
How
more.
many harpies are we
There are
facing?
5 total harpies.
Advantage, or is we're
You have advantage on charm effects.
Yeah.
You are immune to sleep.
Okay. We'll start with a 22.
Oh no. Sorry.
A 16. What is it? You want to stealth the DC so we can decide whether...
It is a DC 11.
Okay.
What's the roll?
Wisdom.
Okay. I made all 3.
Sweet.
13. Nat
Advantage really helps that.
16.
Okay. Yeah. So you're fine.
My lowest was 14.
14. Okay. You're fine.
Modified 18, modified 15, modified 8.
Oh no!
So yeah, the one that's the boots and cats, boots and cats.
Of course, got a good dwarven beat.
Yeah,
his
it's good.
drums
It's a good
to it.
dwarven beat. You know. Yeah. You go. Okay. I can really jam to this one.
Poppy looks for her water bottle. She knows she's gonna have to save him again.
So you are considered to be charmed.
Yay!
You are charmed by harpy number 5.
Okay.
You are incapacitated, and let me see here. While charmed by the harpy, the target is incapacitated and ignores the songs of other harpies. If the charmed target is more than 5 feet away from the harpy, the target must move on its turn towards the harpy by the most direct route.
So you're a fly. It'll be fine. You're just gonna keep jumping up into the air trying to fly.
Or walking underneath it or something like that. Oh my goodness.
She is trying to lure you closer.
Okay, so
So she can eat you.
what Coughran was going to have to do on his turn, he's driving the cart, so he was going to have to stop the cart and wrap the reins, tie the reins off or whatever.
So how charmed am I? Is there a safety factor where I
You're
do
just gonna
that
steer
first,
the-
or do I just jump off the cart?
Or
and
do you
start
steer the
walking
cart toward the harpies?
Or do I steer the cart toward the harp?
So yeah,
That's a good idea.
That's an interesting question.
You just go.
You must move. Yeah, you must move on your turn toward the harpy by the most direct route, trying to get within 5 feet.
That would be to stay on the cart, so I had height,
Yeah,
right?
You don't avoid opportunity attacks, but before moving into damaging terrain such as lava or a pit, and whenever it takes damage from a source other than the harpy, the target can repeat the saving throw. Charmed target also repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. If the saving throw is successful, the effect ends.
Water bottle.
So you got to save at the end of your turn.
I do.
So,
I do.
Which is
and yours is
coming
coming up right now.
Plus a
So yeah,
bonus.
so as of right now, you're just let's just keep going towards the
Yeah, so
harpies.
Mockin turns
They're
the cart
great.
and tries
They're
to
fine.
to wherever harpy number 5 is, like to get underneath.
Jackalope's like, what are you doing?
It's so beautiful. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
And that's my turn.
All right.
Oh, did you roll?
So do I
that
get a
was the
roll
harp-
again? I mean, a roll at
That
the
was
end
the
of my turn?
harpy's turn. You're gonna roll at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
Yes. So
Which
the
is coming up, but
So it
the
is coming up
harpies,
soon.
the harpies all just went, all but one,
Gotcha.
sang their pretty little songs, and everybody other than McBride is immune to these songs for the next 24 hours. That's it for my harpies. And yes, McBride, it is your turn.
Okay, so he turns the cart, moves it, underneath that harpy, drives underneath that harpy as close as he can.
So confused.
Number 5. And then that's my action.
Okay.
So I'll roll. Ooh, a modified 16.
All right, yeah. So as you're like going closer, you're like thinking about it, and then you shake your head, and you're like, what am I doing?
There you go. That kind of comes.
You thought it was a pretty dwarf lady or a
my
pretty
God, those
dwarf
are
man,
harpies.
whichever you prefer, who was singing sweet dwarven songs to you, and then it's like, wait a second, no, that's not right.
Yay.
All right. So back to the top of the round,
No water dancing.
and that's this turn. The jackalope. So the jackalope, as you were like moving the cart ahead, and the cart moves at the same speed as the horse, which is I think about what 40 feet.
Something like that.
Something like that. So you had moved ahead 40 feet, and the jackalope was like, and just hop, back underneath. And that will be the jackalope's turn. So, Zonimus.
Is Poppy's creation still up there with them?
Yes.
I will take another shot at those.
Don't shoot my beast.
Try not to.
It's a blue one as the magic one.
12?
12 will hit.
Okay. Is it within 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
I would assume in order to like claw and peck at it.
Yeah.
That was a terrible roll. 10 damage.
10. Oh, that is.
Oh, I understand now. Took me a second to get there. I'm on board.
Yep. So
That
that
helped.
will be enough to cause this harpy to fall out of the sky.
That was the one that was already hurt.
Yes.
And I'm going to dismount
Okay.
and try and get the horse back to the cart. Just go over to the cart. This'll. Grr.
Can I move to the cart without being in melee range of the harpies?
Yes, because they're still up in the air.
They're way
I,
up there.
so I realized it just moved 40 feet away, and I was there to protect the cart, so I will move to the cart.
Okay.
Still on top of.
Does our cart have one of those pilgrim things over the top? Or is it an open cart?
It's just an open. Yeah. You guys could probably like
We should get one
throw
of the
a tarp
pilgrim things.
over it.
Okay, fire my gun.
Okay.
Would be a 22.
Will hit.
2 rounds.
Oh.
5 points of damage. And
You gotta lead with the muzzle.
that would be a natural 20.
Ooh, advice for the DM.
Do we want to
I can't smite.
Oh, that's right, it has to be me.
Melee, yeah. Would love to, can't.
Oh, gosh.
That's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice. That
That's
would be
awesome.
Throwing dice around.
If this is still gonna hurt.
21 points of damage.
21. Oh goodness.
Booyah.
The guy should have gone sharpshooter on that one, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Alright. Yeah, you get a mighty fine shot in there. Clip one of the wings so it kind of starts to circle. So it's definitely very, very hurt. Poppy.
My beast is going to attack again.
Okay. Head over to the one that Gideon just shot.
Sure. Curse words. It's only a 12.
A 12 will hit actually.
Yes! And it is going to do...
They don't wear armor. If you noticed.
I've seen the monster manual.
12 piercing damage.
12? Okay, that will be enough to down the harpy.
Yeah!
So, 2 down, 3 to go.
And technically, it's... I also get to
Yes.
try to hit it.
Yeah, but say, because it has its turn and you have your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In that sort of situation, I would just, like, run it on the same initiative.
for sure.
Yeah.
How high in the air are these things, did we decide?
Probably like a 30 feet.
You're limiting my spell. I wasn't prepared for
Imagine
that.
Enemies, they can come from any direction at any time.
Okay. I'll try to ice knife it. It's going to be 17 to hit.
Will hit.
So that's going to be 4 damage. And is there anybody within 5 feet of it?
I will give you that all 3 harpies are within.
So they need dex saving throws.
For all 3 of them?
Yeah, 14.
Alright, well that's a nat 1. For 2. A 10 and a 15.
Okay. So the one that failed, anybody that failed is going to take 5 full damage.
Okay.
Anyone that passed just passed. And that's my turn.
And what a good turn it was.
I tried.
Alright. Time for my harpies. So, these 3 other harpies, basically seeing that, you guys are giving them a right good walloping, are going to fly down to...
I thought you were going to say they're going to poop on us.
like pigeons. They just... birds can't control it, so it just happens when it happens. Little science fact there for you.
We're full of animal facts.
One is going to come down and start harassing Gideon. There'll be a 21 to hit with the claws.
I'm assuming that they have flyby.
They actually don't.
Because the one that my beast attacked, if it flies away,
Well, the one that your beast attacked,
I downed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ended up getting...
It's dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, so there's 3 now.
There's 3 left.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's one right in front of me from last round.
No, that one is dead. Alright, so that will be 7 points of slashing damage, and then it's going to try and rain you over the head with the club.
Oh,
And that is also going to be a 22
that'll hit.
for an additional 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So one of the other harpies, so is it a spectral vulture,
It's
real
a fae,
vulture?
technically.
A fae, okay. It is going to try to engage with the vulture because that vulture is annoying.
Bring it on. Bring it. I did write down his little stats.
So with the claws, that will be a 22 with the claws.
Definitely hits.
For 8 points of slashing.
Okay. He's okay, though.
And then it will try to brain it with the club. For only a 10.
Oh, you were so close, but no, you missed.
Okay.
Miss.
I miss.
A miss.
And then the last harpy will soar down and will go after the rogue.
Poor harpy.
Claws will be a 22
Hits.
for 4 points of slashing. And it will try to bonk you on the head, but it will miss.
I uncanny dodge that.
Claw attack. Okay. Next up will be McBride.
So, securing the cart so the horses don't take off throwing the brake, is that an interaction?
I'll allow it to be a bonus.
Sweet. All right, so he'll do that, and then he's going to touch his vest pocket and just feel the coolness of the earth come over him as he gives himself True Strike for
All
next
right.
round.
Okay, cool. Out in the hot desert sun of the Kalban, your journey to rescue your beloved Jubilee has been rudely interrupted by a group of quite hungry harpies. Unfortunately, we're going to have to see how this plays out next time.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier, is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Macron Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our sound producer is Mark Coughran. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D and share us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and reddirtdnd.com. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban frontier.